Ooh. Hi. Hi, hi, hi. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Susan. Hi, Helen. I think I need to get this. Actually, I'm going to use this bit because I don't need a big bit for this bit. Waste not, want not. We are getting rusty mixed meadery with butterflies and leaves and see what happens. I really don't have a plan. Hi, Dawn. Hi. I think I'm a little bit early as well. Eager beaver. So I've got some of the Stamps by Me acrylic paste and I've got some of the Amsterdam acrylic pumice medium, but it's coarse. I thought it was the fine one, but it's the coarse. And this is the kind of texture we get from it here. So it's perfect for going rusty, but harder to get through a stencil, but we're going to try it anyway and see what happens on here. I'm just going to hang on just one more minute, just to give people a chance to come in. I'll pick some of the stuff off the back of here so it sits flat. Hi, Sarah. So all I'm going to do is take the texture paste and pop it through this stencil and the pumice stone one. This is, like I say, this is the Amsterdam one. It's really, really, really coarse. I do have a thinner, gritty texture paste of Stamps by Me, but I've used it all. I do need to get some more. And it goes through the stencils better than this. This one's more for freestyle rust. And what else I have done to get to this stage is I've used the Thirsty Brush embossing folders. This is the one we used on the jelly plate last week, is to add even more texture. So to start off with, all I did was tear it randomly, and we're going to add it. We're going loads of texture. We're getting really messy tonight. The pumice medium is like a gritty texture. It's like a sand texture. It's just more. If you've got sand texture, that'll do it. Just the same. Oh, we're going to tear some of this. And we're going to paint all over all of this, so it really doesn't matter about the colour. That's why I'm using the ones that we used for the words lost jelly plate, and then we're not wasting them. I'm just going to start down by gluing them down. Jane, hello lovely. I couldn't work out how to do the YouTube thing for the workshop. I am going to do it in Facebook this time, and I'm going to ask a grown-up about the YouTube thing. What I read, they may as well have been explaining rocket science to us. But I promise that for next time I will do my very, very best. I'm ever so sorry. I really, really am. I did try, like I say, and I tried to read up on it, and I just couldn't work out how to do it. I don't understand technology. Yes, that'll work absolutely perfect, Helen. And that way you can either brush it on with a brush. When I get some more, I will go over it and show. So what I'm going to do, start off with, I'm going to put some of this pumice medium on. You see how hard it is to get in there. It's not so bad when you've got little bits of detail, but this is quite open, but wrong way around. If it's got loads and loads of intricate little details, it'll be even harder to get this through. Hi, Sheila. Hi, Maureen. Hi, anybody that I've missed. I'm sorry. I really wanted to let Jane know, though, because I know you were looking forward to it. I'm really sorry. All right. Oh, don't say that. I tried my bestest. There we go. This is what we're getting. And it really doesn't matter about the texture paste going all over the place underneath. It just adds more texture. Don't worry about that. If you're doing it and you want a really even, like say over, let's find a bit of coloured. We will use Where's it gone? So make sure you always clean your stencils off after using texture paste and things. But if you you want to hold your stencil really, really still whilst you're pasting through, I'm just going to wet this and pop it to one side so it doesn't dry. Because if it dries in all those little holes, I'll have to sit and poke them all out. And then I'll get a spray it off and I'll wash it in the sink after. Right. And then, so that's basically the start of the rust. Then you have to let that dry. But what I want to show as well is, because I know some people struggle with getting the texture paste onto the paper without it curling and things. So I've got this one, which is this is from the Christmas collection. Hi Laura. And all we're going to do is go back in with the acrylic paste. I'll get rid of all the pumice, which is the thick texture, which won't go through anything intricate. The sand one will. But then if you pop it on, so it's flat, not curly like mine, and then just hold it still, and you just like your butter and bread. Less pressure. And it should go on pretty evenly. You probably still will get a little bit overspilling things, but that's just how it is. It does not need to be perfect. And I don't know what's going on with this. We seem to be dipping to the side. So he's going to be facing the mess on that side before long. Top heavy, I think. I'll wait until it comes back round and I can see where I've made you look. That's better. It must be slowly sliding down. I think I might need a new stand. But that's basically it with texture paste. That's what it is. It's texture. You can get coloured ones. You can get crackle pastes. All sorts. So this is what we're going to work on. I've used the leaves. And then I've used the thick texture pumice on this one. It sounds lovely. The fine texture pumice in the sand, once it's on and it's dry, it actually uses as nail file. And yes, I have. An emergency. But with the rust, I'm going to cut it down to a size that is what I would like. And you might have to trim it off a bit with the scissors. No, trimmer's not going to do it, is it? We're going to do it with the scissors. It's too much texture. Cut it down to a more manageable size. Yeah, that's probably it, just pushing too hard on it. You can always tidy it up afterwards if you're not straight like I'm not. That'll do. It'll be fine. We can tear it if need be. And what I'm going to start off with is 3 colours. I've got a Payne's Grey, a yellow oxide, which is a transparent, and quinacridone gold or burnt sienna. And there is another one called nickel, which is golden. But these are the 3 colours. So it's red oxide as well as also a great rusty colour. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of just paint the Payne's Grey all over, basically. So Payne's Grey is a really, to start off with, it used to be a really, really, really like midnight blue. And then people changed it to like a really, really dark grey. But it seems to be coming back to the more blue colour now. We're sliding again. We are. Don't know where we're going. And we'll say all right. Can everybody see all right? Hi, Shaz. Hi, Lana. All I'm going to do is go all over with the Payne's Grey. I have added a little bit of water to it just to start off with. I just want to get some colour down to start off with. And this rust technique has been around for hundreds of years. I remember my mum making rust with these colours. She used a red oxide. Can see fine. I feel like my camera's moving unless it's just the angle my phone's at. I do not know. This bit here will be a slightly different colour, but I'm thinking to leave it because I've got this butterfly and it matches in quite well with the colours. If it shows through still, it might not. We can always add more. Oh, Payne's grey all over, and this is what's going to give the different tones and things. Hi, Brian. Hi, Mary. Hey, honestly, you'd think between Tuesday and Thursday I would have found me brain. I haven't. My words won't word, and that is that. And then I am going to dry it off, just to dry the layers so they don't end up too smushed. It doesn't have to be perfectly dry though. Where's me heat tool? Oh, there it is. Safe place. Right, brace yourself. Hi, Elizabeth. So again, it's drying all this off, and all the texture will look, you know when you get rusty nails and things, and all this texture will sort of help look towards that, help add to it. I do wish I could have found the sand texture paste though, the finer one, but it will be fine. There we go, and then I'm going to go in with the yellow oxide. This is iron oxide yellow. Again, you can use a yellow ochre or a different yellow if need be. I just like the fact that it's transparent, so all the different colours of the Payne's grey behind you're going to be able to see. It's going to change the tone a bit. So going in just at random, totally random, because when you look at Rustin, it's got the orangey browny bits, and it's just really, really nice, isn't it? All the different colours, and then we can add some blue, we can add some metallic in there to really, really rust it up and make it look old. Patina can be blues, greens, you name it. A little bit. I'll lift it up so you can see the different. We're sliding down again. Stop it. You see all the mess over this side where my thingy is. Where my water tool that is. And again, I'm going to dry it again in between the layers. And this is a good way of getting the layers up and it not mushing together. Like I say, this is acrylic paint, but it's very, very similar with watercolour. Yes, watercolour is reactive, but if you don't overwork it, then it won't sort of mix too much. But if you definitely don't want them to mix and mush all together and just be one colour, your best bet is to dry it between layers all the time. Hi, Dana! There we go. And then I'm going to go back in again with the Payne's grey, neat this time, and add in some darker shadows. So say around this texture here, like around the leaves and things, I think it would be darker there. And up here. And then possibly where it's more worn around these corners and things. And down here, do with it being a little bit darker. Here where it's very, very light. Just again at random. The less you think about it, the more random you'll get. I am slipping, I think. Is that better? Right, we'll try that. I'm so sorry. I don't know what's the matter with it. Unless it's just me. Right, I'll pop that to one side and that one again because I don't want my brushes ruined. And then again, dry again. This is the name of the game. Hi, Kim. I didn't see you there. So I tell you who's good at rusty stuff. Andy Skinner. He's like skulls and rust and he's very dark. He he used to be on Hachanda with Decawart. And he used this rusty technique. Obviously I've got the purples and the blues in behind that was on the card for the leaves already. So we're getting even more tones going through. But then, let's clear a bit of this up. We're going to go in with quinacridone gold. And this is such, watch it totally transform it. So we're going to need quite a bit of that. And a big brush. I'll just clean this one up. I think I am slipping, I don't know. Can everybody see okay? Can everybody see the whole thing? Because I feel like I'm very much... I don't know where we're going to end up from here. Oh, it is moving. Because that's where we started off there. Right, we'll see where we are now after that little bit as well. So all I've done is add 1 squirt of water to the quinacridone gold. And then I'm going to cover it all. Quinacridone gold is another transparent colour. All over. And you can always wipe it back a little bit if you've got a cloth. If you want any of the colours to show through in different places, you can see the Payne's grey through it. You can see the yellow oxide through it, where you'll get your lighter and your dark tones. I think we've pretty much covered up most of the other colour that was on there. But we can go back and sort of take a little bit of it out so we can see it. I'll leave that there in case I need it. But there we go. Rusty rust. And then this is where you decide what you want to do. If you want to go, you said red, as yes, red oxide's the one as well. That's another one, but this is the quinacridone. This is what I use. My mum used to use a red oxide and it works just as well. It just depends on what you want. No, not distress oxide. They're all different makes, names of colours from acrylics and things like that. Paint names basically the same as watercolour names. You can get yellow ochre, your Payne's grey, your Prussian blue, red oxide and yellow iron oxide are just names for paints. There we go. And then I'm going to go in with, let's see what I can find. A light blue. We'll go with a light blue and we'll add. It's not a dumb question at all. Not at all. I just want a tiny little bit and I want a green as well. It's absolutely not a dumb question. Sometimes I forget, you know, I've done hairdressing for years and years and years. And colour theory, we're still moving. Colour theory is a massive part of it. Dear me. If I don't look up often enough, you'll be staring at it. I've got a cake tin here of all the random things. There. I think I might need to investigate a new stand or something. Dear Lord. I'm going to go in with some green. And I think what I'll do with the green is I'll go in where the leaves are. Just because. And then a little bit of blue as well. And then this is your patina look. Go over here. And rusty patina usually comes from, I do believe, don't quote us on this, I'm not very good at science. You know, when it's water, you know how you get the blue wood effect and things coming through when things are near water, and it's like the sea, when you do a rusty sea. So that's what it is anyway. It's not chocolate cake, no. No. I wish it was chocolate cake, but it's not. But I do have a cake tin next to us. Oh, I like that. I love it. I love it even more now with the green in. And we'll see it. I'll turn it around so you can see it a bit better. And that is easy peasy rust. Just building up the layers and drying them off in between. And I love it. I don't even want to cover it. I'll lift it up so you can see. What do you think? All the texture. You can still see all the embossing folder and the texture paste and things. And then you've got all the bigger texture. I am very happy with that. Very happy indeed. And I do not want to cover it. But we're going to. Because we can. Right, now what am I going to cover it with? I do have some lace here that is already covered in some orangey coloured paint. So we'll turn it over and use the less orangey paint side. And we'll pull that out. And this literally is mixed media. It is like copper oxide. And what else you can do on top of this is you can get some metallic and sort of have it coming through. So this one's a bronze and this one's a gold. I did want to show you this as well. And what you can do is sort of add a little bit so it hasn't lost its complete metally look. And this can be done totally flat. It does not need to be on a texture. You do not have to have the paste. You do not need to add the pumice stuff. You can just do it straight over an embossing folder. I promise it will look just as good, if not better. I'm just very more is more. Yeah, bookmaking. So is our Kelly. She's loving her bookmaking at the minute. There we are. So that is that. And under here I do have some bits and bobs I think we'll use. Under the magic table. If you hear a crash, it's because I pulled something out that was on top of something else. Put them down there, actually. And these are the Tim Holtz Halloween stuff. I didn't want the Halloween stuff. Oh, this one. We can go Halloween, can't we? Some of it might not be. That's Halloween. Ephemera stickers. Maybe. I just want to layer some up because I wanted to add some tulips as well. In the bottles, these are Deco Art Media acrylics, golden acrylics. Burnt sienna will work just as good, maybe, as the quinacridone gold. If you water it down a little bit and maybe add a little bit more orange. This one is a Cosmic Shimmer one, which is Payne's Grey. So they're just acrylics. And then other bottles, these ones are waxes, and these are from Pentart and Stamperia. And it's just different things. If you've got any of the Treasure Gold, or even if you've got a gold acrylic, you can add that on with your finger as well. You don't need to buy everything like I do. You don't need to be as crazy as I am. I've got a lot of years of supplies in this room. Right, I'm going to have this just as a little bit background. Move them back to where they should live, because I cannot move if I don't. And then, this is where I'm thinking. These here I got from the garden centre at the weekend. And I don't know, I might have to go really, really light and add some leaves and things in. I wanted to add some tulips as well. I don't know if I've got any already cut out. I'm just having a quick peek. I don't think I have, but I have found Tony's. We did this a few weeks back. It was a good few weeks back. This is the Quadrat D, I believe, or the 4D embossing folders. Now I'm thinking we could have that because that looks really nice, doesn't it? I was going to do tulips in this colour, then add this butterfly, but we can actually go with this. Yes? What do you think? Shall we? Shall we just go with the flow? Now, you can actually use silicone type glue or your pin flare glue or gel medium to stick everything on. My pin flare glue's had some sort of accident. I'll just take that off because, you know, as I do. And then we'll start building, finding bits. So I'm going to start off with the lace because that was the plan. And we'll just add a little bit and a little bit. So the main thing I wanted to show was the rust and then just building up. And what you can use, like I say, Tony Stamps by Me, she's very pretty and I'm usually very neon and in your face. Where I'm thinking that watercolory texture. And then these, and all these are the fake flowers and things. And I got these ones because they were just ones that had fell off, you know, when they're putting the displays and things out. And I just saw the box and sort of said, can I have the broken flowers? Oh, wait, can I buy the broken flowers, please? So, you can zoom in, can you? I did not even know that. See, I'm really bad with technology. It's ridiculous. And I am going to add this in as well. Just as a little bit of something else. And all it is like layering up textures and layering up images. Again, with a meal, anything at all. If you're making a meal, you sort of look to where you're putting stuff, don't you? Just don't sort of put everything on top of each other. You wouldn't put your meat down, then you put your mashed potato on and your carrots on top because it just ends up, you sort of put it out so it looks appealing. And this is exactly the same as when you're doing mixed media or building up a watercolour or building up a card. It's just mats and layers. It's just presented different. And I think the butterfly needs to go there, doesn't it? I'm happy with that. It come together a lot quicker than what I thought it would. I thought I'd be faffing for a long time. This is always the kind of thing I do love to do it. I really love to do it. Now this could go in a frame. It could... 2 seconds, actually, Christopher. I don't know if he's singing or what. 2 seconds. Just letting him know I'm live in case he decides to. Right. Can you hear him singing? Hold on, I'll have to go out and come back in. Yes, consume. That's good. That's really good that you're zooming. Did anybody hear Christopher singing there? I had to go out and come back in. So again, it's just build the joy of lives. There we go, just building it up. And that can go in a frame. You've got a gift, you've got a card. It can be absolutely anything at all. I'm quite happy with that. I do think it needs a sentiment. And I'm looking at poison from the Halloween stuff. No, it's not. I wouldn't say it's clever. It's just looking at the different ways you build it up. I mean, to be honest, I'm thinking that might be better there now and then the sentiment over here. You can easily change anything at all to make it suit what you want. Wonderful Secret. I love these Tim Holtz. They are the sticker books and he puts so many different. Wonderful Secret, My Dear Madam, A Good Night's Work, Lost in Inky Darkness, A Beautiful Garden. And these ones are the Halloween ones. So Troublesome Ending. But I mean, they're not all made for Halloween. It has come to dwell among us. The fragile texture of a spider's web. Some of the other ones, look at them. some of the other ones he used to have, I'm going to go with a beautiful garden. In them, he had a snarky one, which I have to admit that wasn't my favourite, but some of the things in it was pretty funny. Just looking for a bit of dark card to offcut. So I always tend to stick on mounted onto a black bit of card or a white bit of card if the sentiment's black. Whoops. I want to listen back to see if we can hear Christopher singing. I think he was rapping. He'll be absolutely mortified. There we go. Just a little bit of this. I will have to carry on playing tonight and use this pin flake glue. Now I've destroyed the top. Beautiful garden. And then mount it on to a dark card. And you'll see it pop and into a dark frame, and you can even sort of bring in a lighter frame as well. So you can mount it onto a light and then onto a dark. That is what you get. And that didn't take as much time at all as I thought it would. And I really enjoyed it. I love our lives so much, especially the YouTube ones, because I get really, really, really messy. But I mean, this here, I was thinking a tulip, you know, one of the Thirsty Brush tulips. But when I seen this, I thought it would go in perfect with the leaves, the Thirsty Brush leaves and things behind. And the butterfly. Yes, and it's not heavy. It's not heavy at all. It's literally only card that's on there, and then the really light fabrics of the leaves. My pleasure. And Jane, again, I'm sorry. There is, if anybody wants to join the workshop, there is one kit left. It's the 30th of April. You have to go to Emma's Happy Place Arts and Crafts to get it, and just messages. But yes, next time, Jane, honestly, I'm going to find a grown-up and find out how to work YouTube, because it really made me head hurt. Even the butterfly body matches. It does. It does, the colour brown and everything. But again, don't forget, paint changes everything. You can pretty much paint 99.9% of things and it'll change the colour of it. So if you had a bright pink body or even a bright pink butterfly, you could change it. Or if your butterfly was white and you wanted it to be bright pink, just change them. Don't ever let anything sort of get in your way. Anyway, did Tony have them on? I keep missing out with Tony, you know. I never know what she's doing. Was it the Thirsty Brush tulips? These are the Thirsty Brush tulips. Where are they? These ones. I don't think there's many of these ones left. I know that it's set with the heart and the eye and things sold out. No, the art has no limit one. Right. Oh, the Stamps by Me one. Anyway, this is the Thirsty Brush one. But again, this I can't remember if this is the Quattro D or the HD embossing folders. Either way, it's beautiful. It's Stamps by Me with the Thirsty Brush embossing folders, and everything else is Garden Centre or Tim Holtz. Anyway, thank you so much for keeping us company yet again. I'm going to say Sunday for the Colour Our World. If anything changes, I will pop up a post. You know what life's like sometimes. But have a lovely weekend and be good. And I will see you all very shortly. Hopefully with a new arm for the camera, because I don't know what it's doing. No idea. That's where it should be. Just there. I'll have to sit and hold it. Thank you so much. Anyway.